Yo, what is up everybody? Great to have you here again on the channel, and as always, I'm your dude, Lightliger here, and today I'm gonna be reviewing this lending platform on Wanchain called Wanlend, which I briefly did talk about on my previous review of OneSwap a while ago, and now since then they have released version 2, and a couple of hours ago they have officially started farming rewards for the tokens you're going to be supplying to their lending platform in a similar fashion to Compound, Aave, Venus. By supplying a certain token to their platform, you're getting interest on that token, plus top of it, you will be getting the governance token of the said platform. And let's jump into the actual version 2 interface, which is mostly the same looking, different background, and obviously you see some new stuff here on the top. And here you can see the wand balance. So I basically got an airdrop, which I'm going to be talking about in a second. And also here I can basically claim my wand, which I'm getting by supplying different tokens to their platform. I also migrated my one deposit from version 1 to version 2 because the supply APY is higher currently on version 2. And likely all the supply APIs are going to be higher on version 2 at some point. Now, people who had, tried the platform out when I last time talked about it and provided some liquidity are now lucky because they will get an airdrop. Obviously, Wand is currently a speculative asset, and the claim cycle is from August 12th this year and till November 12th. And I think that in order to be eligible, I think you had to be, I don't remember the exact date, probably from a couple of months back to basically be eligible. But what I'm saying is, just go check it out. In case you had provided any, supply liquidity, you might be sitting with an airdrop as of right now. And obviously with a lot of these governance tokens, they tend to be, fluctuating in the beginning a lot, and maybe it is undervalued at the current point. At least I'm not selling this sum because currently it's sitting like $3.5 or something, and you can trade it at OneSwap in case you are interested. So make sure you check it out. Obviously, 2 ways to log into the platform are through the OneMask wallet, which is basically a MetaMask of sort, just has a bit of a more tweaks aimed towards to Wanchain, but you can also add Wanchain as a custom RPC to your MetaMask nowadays. Now, what are the platform's tokens that are being supported? So obviously Wanchain is the one that is being available here, and then you have a bunch of different bridged assets. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, USDC, we have WASP, which is the native token of the OneSwap, and then we have XRP, and we have Zoo, which is the NFT project, which I briefly talked about, maybe a video coming out of that in the future, and then we have PHX, which I have no idea what that is. And the percentages are currently roughly around 1 to 2%. Well, most of these bridged assets. However, if you compare them to the version 1, they are a bit higher here for Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example. And Uniswap and Link are, for example, 0%, and Sushi. So I guess they didn't want to bridge those over because they didn't really have a very high, usage, which is understandable. I think most people want to access stable coins and, Bitcoin and Ethereum because most of the pairings are in those, and those are the assets that most people want to have. Now, also, what you need to understand that this is a 6% APY, but once you put in the WAND, and this is, by the way, added here by default, so you just understand what is the supply APY. So it says 36%, but that is taking in the one and the wand claimed together. So it's a combination of the two. On the gearbox, you can change language from English to Chinese, and then there's also a white paper which you can look into. I don't know if they have an actual audit for the platform. If there is, there's probably listed somewhere on the actual white paper. And no, there's not. But there's a references to Aave and Compound, which seems to be the basis for the smart contract. And I mean, it has been around for over a year, so expectations are pretty low chance, not impossible, but low. And it's something that needs to be understood, that when we have a lot of these side chains and a bit less used layer 2 solutions, hackers are not usually aiming to do damage at these chains. They usually just target Ethereum 99% of the time, because that's where the money is and that's where the exploits are to the multiple mechanisms that exist. So hackings and problems like these don't really exist on a lot of other chains. Is there anything else we could cover? I guess not, but obviously now you can enjoy the profits of getting the yield token, and then you are going to be getting also the interest on those assets. So in case you think that getting Bitcoin interest of 0.48% on DeFi setting is good, then you should probably try it out. Obviously, one of the things or the benefits of Wanchain right now is that it's very cheap, so transactions are less than in Matic or less than in pretty much all other options as of right now. But I don't really have anything else to add in here. I think we have covered everything. Okay, there's the market page obviously here, and it says the top 3 markets, and here you can bit speculate on the Pro APYs and supply APYs and how they are fluctuating over time. And this is created by WanLabs Ltd, which seems to be like a real company. And I think there's going to be probably new assets added in at some point, because the version 1 had a lot more, but remains to be seen. And I think there's always the way I've understood that they kind of talk about which assets they're trying to bridge over and etc. But I always talk about these yield platforms, lending platforms a lot, because I think they're one of the more risk-free versus yield farming, where you can get impermanent loss, and that's something that can't happen with a lending platform. But thanks for watching for this video. Stay tuned for other DeFi-based platforms in the upcoming days. And very exciting times, guys. And see you soon. Cheers.